Hey everyone, Dragonite here, or now known as Treygonite. My first name is Trey. I went by Dragonite. That's my favorite Pokemon. Just kind of, clicked when I was looking for something to have as an alias on Xbox and PlayStation. I used to go by Luigi, where Rue went by Mario, and we went by Mario and Luigi, but then that kind of faded out, and Rue wanted to go by his nickname that he has in real life, which is Rue. So I chose to create another one, which I stuck with Dragonite because that's always been an OP Pokemon that I've loved very much through playing the games growing up and stuff. So, anyways, then a buddy of mine at work put my name with Dragonite, took out Drag, put Treygonite, and I really liked being able to have the OG Treygonite and not have to put like an underscore MVP like on my Dragonite account next to it. So really awesome. I also got the social media links to go with it. So now my Twitter is at Treygonite and it's twitch.tv/Treygonite. So that'll help as well. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into it. This is my second account. I introduced the concept last weekend that I was making a second account, which is this, and that I'll probably be playing trials on it this weekend. Last weekend didn't play any trials on either account. Just stayed grinding on this account that weekend and throughout the week when I had time. And now I've gotten it from, I think it was about 320 light last weekend to 387 now. The hard part after you get past 385 is that all your purple Ingrams and all of your strike rewards, not the ones in the chest, but the ones that the boss drops immediately, all those only drop up to 385. You have to actually open the chest with the skeleton key to get anything above 385. Or you have to do Wrath of the Machine on hard mode, or Crucible. And see, that's been the challenge for me, Rue, and Pete, is that we haven't played Crucible in these yet. We've been waiting till we got weapons that we were, not necessarily confident with, but I'm saying like weapons we enjoyed playing with, so that we wouldn't go in, maybe drop like a 1-2 or 1-3 KD when we're perfectly capable of dropping like a 1-6, 1-7. If we had, good weapons. So, to build up these accounts, to show our pure skill, now that we're familiar with the game, we understand the game more, that kind of element will, show if we have guns that are actually able to perform against the meta. So anyways, guys, I have two Grasp of Malix. They're almost identical. One has hand-loaded, the other has fitted stock. So other than that, they're exactly the same. They both run OAS. So they're pretty much going to be perfect to use either one. I wish I had counterbalance and perfect balance, but I've gotten like 5 or 6, maybe 7 now, and none of them have had counterbalance except one, and that one had bad scope. So it's like, it's starting to look like in the last 3 times I've used my skeleton keys on Willicard, I haven't even gotten a grasp. So I'm probably going to end up just sticking with one of these. And then when Iron Banner comes back out, hopefully the Clever Dragon is being sold because I was an idiot and didn't end up capitalizing on getting that last time, which obviously with it being in the meta and being so dominant, I regret very much. I do have like a God Roll, but not forgotten. It's got linear compensator with perfect balance, snapshot, army of one, also choosing between unflinching and quick draw. So pretty God Rolled, but not forgotten right there that I got from the Arkan Forge. And then I have a couple minor performed shotguns. Obviously, look at the difference between the range and impact on that. So I would obviously run her champion, but I might just snipe on this account to start out with, just because the God Roll but not forgotten is better than this her champion probably in performance. I come from the other account where I had a Matador and just recently got a God Roll Matador. So anyways, then heavy I could run like the Swarm. That doesn't really matter. But my build's going to be kind of all over the place as well. I had a Discipline Strength build perfectly on the other account with 11 out of 12 tiers. This one, it's crap. It's, 9 out of 12 tiers, and it's not an all Discipline Strength. So don't have the armor to go with it, but I'll collect that through playing trials. Anyways, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the reason you came to watch this video, which is the Xur series. So, guys, what does he sell this week? Okay, the Legacy Ingram. As I've said plenty of times, stay away from that. It's a year 1 helmet dropping at 170 light. It does span between all 3 classes, Hunter, Warlock, and Titan. So if for whatever reason you want to pick that up, go ahead, you can pick that up. The only thing I would say you'd even want to maybe pick that up is to do maybe the year 1 raid. I mean, you could use it in that, I guess. It's like, I don't really know why you'd want to pick it up. But back in year 2, you might want to get it and, pay for this overpriced item in order to unlock the discovery and then you can get the year 2 from that. But now that's year 3, I don't even know if that works. So overall, guys, I just say stay away from that. Next is the Helm of Saint 14. It's actually a highly useful PvE helmet for the Titan. It can be pretty useful inside the Wrath of the Machine raid, the year 3 raid that just came out not too long ago. From what I've heard from Dato's video, I personally don't run a Titan really, so I wouldn't know anything about it, and I'm like 90%, 10% in the PvP to PvE ratio. So like I hardly do PvE. I only do it for like the weekly nightfall, and like I'll raid and stuff whenever like I'm feeling like doing something different. But mainly I am a PvP player that likes to do sweats, tournaments, game battles, trials, stuff like that. So I don't have any expertise on this. I haven't ever run it, but I do hear from a reliable source, Dato, that it is very good for the new raid. So if you're watching this and you're a Titan, go ahead and jump on that. If you do PvE, Radiant Dance Machines is a PvP leg armor piece for the hunter. It will help you increase your strafe while aiming. You aim down the sights and you'll be able to move faster. It'll be harder for the enemies to hit their shots on you. So definitely a PvP oriented. Doesn't really help at all for PvE. But for PvP it can give you that little bit of element. But keep in mind, guys, if we're talking about PvP armor here, remember that sweats do not allow exotic armor. So if you're looking into getting into the competitive Destiny scene and doing sweats and stuff, we don't allow that. So just go ahead and just try to run without it. Next is the Skull of Dire Hamakara for the Warlock class. Take reduced damage while using Nova Bomb, improved energy drain abilities. It's amazing for a Voidwalker, but I wouldn't run it just personally because the only 2 things I run are Night Stalker and Voidwalker. So either one of these I could preferably use. I would only run Bones if exotic armor was allowed, probably, but this would be my second choice for my Night Stalker or the Graviton Forfeit. But only one of those 3 I'd run if exotic armor is allowed. This would be one of my top choices for a Warlock, especially if you're using the Voidwalker as well, because it's for the Voidwalker. But honestly, like, just you have to kind of make that decision. Like, if you want to do sweats and stuff, then don't run this, because honestly this is actually better than that. Like, you'll win a little bit more one-on-one gunfights with this maybe, but it's not going to like change your element of play. You're going to challenge more when you're one shot with your Nova. You're going to get more kills with energy drain. You're just going to be more of an effective player when it comes to your Nova and energy drain because of this helmet. And then when you don't have it for sweats, you might lose some engagements and cost your team some victories or whatnot. So you want to just kind of think about that for these 2 when choosing whether to run them or not. But for simple Crucible and not sweats, then yeah, totally great choices, especially this one for the Voidwalker. Next is the Invective. Honestly, it's a lower tier shotgun. I'm going to go ahead and equip my Her Champion, which is kind of garbage for the competitive scene, not really a competitive weapon, and the impact is way worse on the Invective, yet the range is only a tad bit better. The thing I like about the Invective, the only thing I like about the Invective, is the fact that it generates ammo over time, and the rate of fire is amazing on the weapon. Other than that, I would not prefer using this weapon at all. And overall, I mean, quick draw, actually, that's huge. I didn't know I had quick draw, but overall, like, I'm not going to run this weapon, as my shotgun of choice. It's not a bad weapon, especially for like I might get it just because I don't have anything right now on this account, but like comparing it to my Her Champion, like impact and range are the only thing that matter in PvP when it comes to shotguns. Stability doesn't really matter. Reload's just an extra little perk, but if you have the choice to increase your range and impact, don't worry about your reload. Rate of fire, I really like high rate of fire shotguns. Going through PvE, getting this account higher, I had a couple like blue guns that had high rate of fire, and I was just thinking about like if I had a great legendary exotic shotgun that had an amazing rate of fire, how would that help my gameplay perform? And I feel like it would be useful, but I would definitely not like give it up for range and impact, where I feel like there's a bigger hit to impact with just that little bit of range. Overall making the Invective not a top tier weapon for the Crucible. So anyways, guys, that's it for the top row. As we move through the last 2 rows quickly, the Plasma Drive and Void Drive, they're just, vehicle upgrades. If, you're into that, go ahead, grab it, but it's nothing I would waste 23 strange coin on. Next is the heavy ammo sense for the PvE players out there. I'm actually probably going to still, if I choose to grind for a grasp of the lock still, I'm going to need some of these heavy ammo sense, as I know how to farm skeleton keys. I will make a video on it, so you can watch that. It'll be on my channel probably the very next video after this one, so go ahead and tune into that. If you're watching this now, maybe that video is up, just look for it, and I'll show you how to farm skeleton keys on the Abomination heist if you're not already familiar with that. So just go ahead and definitely grab these, because you'll need a sword to do so. Alright, and next is the 3 coins, the most preferred item Xur sells. It's amazing, so I'm going to be stocking up on these as I have a new account and need to load up on some exotics, so I need to get those drops. Next is the glass needles. I'll probably go ahead and buy one of these just in case I get an exotic that I want to change properties of, but I don't really probably need them. Next, I'll buy some of these exotic shards just so I have them to infuse, and I buy one more and this. So anyways, guys, back down to the last row finally. The metalite, you don't want to waste a strange coin on it. You'll get plenty of it that builds up, and all it is really used for is either upgrading gear, used for infusing gear, or used to rank up those factions of either Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, or Future War Cult. And then lastly, the exotic shard. The exotic shard is required for purchase on the glass needles, as well as any infusing on exotic armor or exotic guns. So that's it, guys. I would prefer for the week just 3 coins and maybe some exotic shards, maybe 1 glass needles like I bought, but nothing else really is that useful. For PvP, definitely tune into those Hunter and Warlock pieces, and then for PvE, the Titan excels this week. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. As always, guys, Treygonite here, and I will see you in the Crucible. Make sure to tune into my other videos on my channel, and make sure to please like, subscribe, share, comment. All that helps. Alright, guys, thank you.